All right, so today on Notes 2.2, we're going to be talking about perimeter problems. And let's just define a couple of things I kind of know you already know. What is perimeter? Perimeter is the total distance around the outside of an object. Around the outside of an object. And to find that a perimeter, we're going to add all the sides. Now, you've done perimeter stuff before. If I gave you a square and each side was 4 centimeters long, you'd add all those up and you'd get the perimeter. There's a certain way to work these problems, guys, and if you don't work them this way, you're going to end up getting yourself in some trouble. When given a problem dealing with the perimeter, first, you have to draw the shape being discussed. Today, pretty much, we'll be talking about that. E didn't come out well. Today, we'll pretty much be talking about rectangles and triangles. I do think that we throw in a hexagon in there, but you've got to draw these pictures, otherwise you're going to miss it. Then you're going to label it appropriately based on the given information. Just like on 2.1, they're going to be describing expressions to us. We're going to have to write those on the sides of our pictures. Then you're going to add all the sides. And you're going to set them equal to the set the expression equal to the perimeter, and you're going to solve. If necessary, you may have to find other little pieces, like maybe we actually found length and they want the width as well. We'll have to do that also. So let's go ahead and work one of these. Number 1, it says the length of a rectangle. Before I do anything else, I'm going to draw a rectangle, because that's what we're talking about. If you don't draw the pictures, you're going to miss it. So the length of a rectangle is 3 inches more than the width. So when we have the width, W, the length is going to be 3 inches more, which means we add. So I'm going to have 3 plus W. But if one length is 3 plus W, the other one is also. They say find the length if the perimeter of the rectangle is 98 inches. So what I need to do is first I have to add them all together. If I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 W's, and I have 3 plus 3, which is 6. So by adding up the expressions, that's the perimeter. But we need it in a number. Well, they told us that equals 98. Now we just need to solve. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 6 from both sides. And I get 4W equals 92. Then I divide by 4. So I end up with W equals 23. And of course, that's inches. You need to watch out for notation. Now, they didn't ask us for the width. That's what we found. I know that the length is equal to 3 plus the width. So L is equal to 3 plus 23. So my answer is 26 inches. And that's really all there is to it, guys. I do want you to put the inches, centimeters, whatever it is on there. If you don't, right now I won't take off, but I definitely will be taking off for that in the future. So label your sides, be careful when you add them up, and solve. Make sure you're answering the right problem. Let's go to the next piece. Again, we're talking about the length of a rectangle. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. And the better the picture, the better it usually goes, by the way. The length of a rectangle is 3 times the width. So here's the width. Well, if I'm talking about the length, it's 3 times the width. So that's 3 times W. So I'm going to label my lengths as 3W. Now it's pretty much just like the last one. If the perimeter is 48 centimeters, find the length and the width. So let's go ahead and add up our W's. I've got 3W plus 1W is 4W, plus 3 more is 7W, plus 1 more is 8W. So there, I added up all the sides. I'm going to set them equal to the perimeter, which is 48. Now this one's actually a pretty quick solution. I have 8 attached to W through multiplication. To undo it, I do division. And I'm finding that W equals 6, and that's centimeters. Now, they did ask us to find the width, but they also asked us to find the length. Well, if the length is 3W And I know that W equals 6. I just multiply those together, and I get the length is 18 centimeters. And that's your other answer. So guys, it's pretty straightforward. In fact, most of the time, the equations that we're going to solve are a lot easier than the ones we've been doing. So be careful. Don't make stupid mistakes. Okay? Let's go to the next page. The length of a rectangle. Again, I've got my rectangle. The length of a rectangle is 4 more than twice the width. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to write L. I know I've got W in there. It says 4 more than twice the width. Well, twice the width would be 2W, and 4 more than that would be plus 4. So now I can fill that in and we can solve. So the lengths are both 4, or 2W plus 4. And the widths are both W. I have 2 W's, plus 1 W is 3W, plus 2 more is 5W, plus 1 more is 6W. So 6W. But I also have 4 plus 4 is plus 8, and that equals the perimeter, which is 56. Now in this one it just says find the width, so when we finish solving this one, we're going to have our answer. So the first thing I want to do is get every number away from that W I can. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. Now on the left I have 6W equals 56 minus 8 is 48. And please be careful with your arithmetic. There's no reason to miss a problem because of addition or subtraction. The last step to getting W by itself is to divide by 6. And I get that W equals 8 centimeters. So we did 3 problems in a row. The work is basically the same. You have to be careful on writing the equations that go on each side. If you take your time doing that, maybe use your notes from 2-1 to help you, these should be pretty easy, straightforward problems. Let's go to number 4. We're almost done already. It says the 3 sides of a triangle have lengths 2x plus 7, 4x minus 3, and 3x minus 11. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my triangle. And I'm going to put those equations on each side. I have 2x plus 7. I have 4x minus 3. And I have 3x minus 11. It then says what's the length of the shortest side if the perimeter is 119 centimeters. Now looking at those expressions that we put on the side of the triangle, I don't know what the shortest side is yet. I'm going to have to find out what x equals. Then I'm going to have to plug in into each side and find out which one's the shortest. So I still need to add them up like we did in all the rest, though. I've got 4x's plus 2 more is 6x plus 3x gives me 9x. Then I have negative 11 plus 7 minus 3. Negative 11 plus 7 minus 3 is negative 7. And since that is the expression for a perimeter, I set it equal to 119. And now we're right back in the boat we've been on. So be careful when you're adding up your like terms. That's what's going to get you. So I'm going to add 7 to both sides first. Let me undo. Sorry, my pen's messing up here. Now I have 9x equals 126. And of course the last step is to divide by 9. And 126 divided by 9 gives me 14. But that is not my answer. They want to know the shortest side. I need to plug this in for x. So I'm going to kind of move over here to the side and do that. I'm going to have 2 times 14 plus 7. And we can just put that right into our calculator. 2 times 14 plus 7 is 35. Then I'm going to have, it looks like 4 times 14 minus 3. 4 times 14 minus 3 is 53. Then I have to use my last one. 3 times 14 minus 11 gives me 31. 31 is the shortest side, so that's my answer. Now be careful. I mean, if you find all 3 of them and you don't box it in, I'll still notice it. But make sure you're finding what they ask for. A lot of people like to stop when they find X. You have to answer the question they ask. Let's go get this last problem out of the way. Now, a hexagon, guys, is a 6-sided figure. It does not have to look perfect, but do your best. You draw a vertical line, kind of go down and over for both of those, another horizontal, I think I meant horizontal earlier. You might want to draw it a little bigger than that also, because we want to be able to see what we're doing. So there's my hexagon, and it tells me 3 of the sides are x plus 4. It does not matter which sides you label x plus 4, as long as there's 3 of them. Then says the other 3 sides are x minus 5. It then says if the perimeter is 93 inches, what is the length of the longest side? So let's go through. I've got 6 sides, and each of those sides expressions have an x. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x. But then I have 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5 gives me minus 3. And the perimeter they gave me was 93. Now we just need to solve. I'm going to add 3 to both sides first. I get 6x equals 96. Then the last step is to divide by 6. And I got that x equals 16. Now, I need to find the longest side. We don't have to plug it into all 6. We only really have to plug it into 2, because x plus 4 is one of them. So x plus 4 is going to end up being 16 plus 4, which is equal to 20. And then also I have x minus 5, which is going to be 16 minus 5, which equals 11. So 20 is our answer. I may have got cut off there. So guys, this stuff is a little bit new. You probably haven't done a lot of stuff like this before. It's not going to get better if you don't ask questions. These videos are not here to replace me. They're here so you can pick up some notes and maybe get a little bit of work done. If you have questions, come and ask. I am here to help you get through with this stuff. If you don't come in and help, though, it'll never get better. So if you do need help, come and ask questions, and good luck.